The lab was quiet except for the soft hum of containment fields and the occasional beep from monitoring equipment. Hana sat at her workstation, eyes fixed on the holographic display floating before her. Another sample. Another species. Another entry to catalog for the Galactic Coalition's vast biological database. She rubbed her eyes and glanced at the time. 2 hours past her shift. Again. But the work needed doing, and she was the only human xenobiology researcher on Medical Station Omicron 7. That meant she had something to prove. Every day she had something to prove. The other researchers treated her like glass. They lowered their voices around her. They adjusted the temperature when she entered a room. They warned her about every sharp edge and every chemical that might be dangerous. Never mind that she had 3 degrees and had studied biology on a planet that actively tried to kill everything on it. To them, she was fragile, soft, weak. Hana pushed the thought away and focused on her screen. The new specimens had arrived this morning from an expedition to an uncharted world in the Outer Rim. 6 creatures, all carefully sedated and contained. 5 of them she had already processed. 1 remained. She pulled up the file. Designation, Specimen V447, common name, Velshara. Serpentine body, approximately 2 meters long, crystalline fangs, venom glands. Status juvenile. Hana stood and walked to the containment unit. The creature inside was beautiful in a deadly way. Its scales shimmered with an opalescent quality, shifting colors under the lab lights. It was coiled in the corner of its container, breathing slowly. The sedation would last another 6 hours according to the readout. She began her examination, using the external scanners to map its biology. Cardiovascular system, nervous system, digestive tract. Everything was standard for a predatory species. Then she reached the venom glands. The analysis made her pause. The toxin was complex. Neurotoxic, hemotoxic, cytotoxic. A triple threat designed to paralyze, destroy blood cells, and liquefy tissue all at once. She flagged it in the system as extremely dangerous and moved on. That was when the alarms started. Red lights flooded the lab. The containment field around specimen V447 flickered once, twice, then died. The transparent door slid open with a hiss. Hana's hand went to the emergency comm on her wrist, but she was not fast enough. The Velshara was not as sedated as the monitors had indicated. It struck like lightning, uncoiling from its corner and launching itself at the nearest heat signature. At Hana, she tried to dodge. The creature was faster. Its crystalline fangs sank deep into her forearm, and she felt the venom pump into her bloodstream like liquid fire. Pain exploded through her arm, sharp and bright and overwhelming. Training took over. Hana did not scream. She did not freeze. She grabbed the creature behind its head with her free hand, feeling its scales cut into her palm. It thrashed, trying to inject more venom, trying to pull free. She held on. With her injured arm, she slammed the creature against the edge of the workstation. Once, twice, 3 times. She felt bones break under its scales, felt it weaken. On the 4th impact, it stopped moving. Hana dropped the body and staggered backward, clutching her bleeding arm. The bite was deep. 2 puncture wounds, each as wide as her thumb. Blood ran down her arm and dripped onto the sterile floor. The lab door burst open. Taman, the security officer assigned to the medical wing, rushed in with his weapon drawn. He was human too, which meant he was one of the few people on the station who did not treat her like she might break at any moment. He saw the dead creature, saw Hana's arm. His eyes went wide. Medical emergency, Lab 7, he barked into his comm. Venomous bite. Human victim. Get Dr. Valiris here now. Hana wanted to tell him she was fine, but her tongue felt thick. The venom was working fast. Her vision blurred at the edges. She sat down heavily on the floor, still holding her arm. Stay with me, Taman said, kneeling beside her. Help is coming. Just stay awake, she nodded. Staying awake was easy. The pain kept her very awake. It felt like her arm was being dissolved from the inside out. Every heartbeat sent another wave of fire through her veins. Dr. Valiris arrived within minutes. The Crithian doctor was tall and insectoid, with 4 arms and compound eyes that could see spectrums of light Hana could not even imagine. They took one look at the bite and made a clicking sound that Hana had learned meant distress. Get her to medical, now. Full containment protocol. 2 medical technicians lifted Hana onto a floating stretcher. She tried to protest that she could walk, but her legs were not cooperating anymore. The venom had spread. She could feel it creeping through her system, cold and wrong. The medical bay was chaos. Dr. Veliris barked orders at their staff while scanners hummed to life around Hana's stretcher. She was moved into an isolation unit, a transparent bubble that would contain any biohazards. Through the clear walls, she could see a dozen medical personnel rushing around. "Run a full toxin analysis," Dr. Veliris commanded. "Cross-reference with every known anti-venom in the database. We need a treatment protocol in the next 5 minutes or she will die." Hana found that oddly funny. 5 minutes. That was how long the venom took to kill. 5 minutes. She had killed the creature that bit her, cataloged its biology, and triggered an emergency response all in less time than it would take for the toxin to finish her off. The scanners beeped. Results appeared on the holographic displays surrounding her isolation unit. Dr. Veliris went very still, all 4 arms frozen in place. "That cannot be right," the doctor whispered. "Run it again." The scanners beeped again. Same results. More doctors gathered around the displays. Hana could hear them talking in low, confused voices. She tried to focus on what they were saying, but her arm hurt and the words were blurring together. Taman appeared at the edge of her isolation unit, his face pressed close to the transparent wall. "You are going to be fine," he said, though he sounded like he was trying to convince himself more than her. Dr. Veliris approached the isolation unit and looked at Hana with their compound eyes. When they spoke, their voice was filled with something between awe and fear. "The database has no match for antibodies against this venom. No known treatment exists. According to every medical protocol we have, you should have died 3 minutes ago. Your organs should be liquefying. Your nervous system should be shutting down. But you are stable. More than stable. You are fighting it off." Hana blinked at them. "Good," she managed to say through numb lips. "That is good, right?" "Impossible," Dr. Veliris corrected. "That is impossible." The medical bay had become a spectacle. Doctors from every department on the station crowded around Hana's isolation unit, their various appendages pressed against screens and displays, their different types of eyes wide with disbelief. She felt like an animal in a zoo, except the animals were the ones staring at her. Hana lay on the medical bed, her bitten arm stretched out for the 100th scan. The pain had dulled to a manageable throb. She could feel her heartbeat in the wound, steady and strong. Too strong, according to the confused doctors surrounding her. Dr. Veliris ran another scan. Then another. Each time their clicking sounds grew more agitated. "White blood cell count is up 300%, they announced to the gathered crowd. "Body temperature has increased by 2 degrees. Liver function is operating at 140% capacity. The venom is being metabolized faster than our equipment can track." A Quellan doctor, a floating gaseous being contained in a pressure suit, drifted closer. "Is the venom breaking down naturally?" "No," Dr. Veliris said. "Her immune system is breaking it down aggressively. I have never seen anything like this. The antibodies are not just neutralizing the toxin. They are destroying it, consuming it, learning from it." Hana watched the doctors talk about her like she was not there. She was used to it. Back on Earth, doctors had done the same thing during her physical for coalition service. They had marveled at her bone density, her muscle fiber composition, her cardiovascular efficiency. She had felt like a specimen then, too. "Excuse me," she said. Her voice came out stronger than she expected. "Can someone tell me when I can leave?" The gathered doctors turned to look at her. Several of them took a step back. "Leave?" Dr. Veliris repeated. "You were bitten by one of the most venomous creatures we have ever catalogued. You should be dead. Instead, you are asking when you can leave?" "I have work to finish," Hana said. She sat up on the bed, ignoring the protests from the monitoring equipment. "The other specimens need to be catalogued by morning." "Absolutely not," Dr. Veliris said, all 4 arms crossing in a gesture Hana recognized as final. "You are staying here for observation. We need to understand what is happening to you." The door to the medical bay slid open. Jiho, the chief medical officer for human personnel, walked in. He was older than Hana, maybe 50, with gray starting at his temples and the calm demeanor of someone who had seen everything. When he saw Hana sitting up in bed, he smiled. "I heard we had an incident," he said. He nodded to Dr. Veliris, then walked to Hana's isolation unit. "How are you feeling?" "Like I got bitten by a venomous snake," Hana said. "But alive. Good, that is normal." Jiho pulled up her medical readouts and studied them with a practiced eye. Elevated white blood cells, increased body temperature, enhanced liver function. Yes, all normal for a human responding to venom exposure. Dr. Valiris made a strangled clicking sound. Normal? Nothing about this is normal. The venom should have killed her in minutes. There is no anti-venom, no treatment protocol. How is she alive? Jiho looked at the Krithian doctor with something like pity. Because she is human, he said simply. We have redundant systems. Our immune response is aggressive. Our bodies are designed to survive things that would kill most species in the coalition. That is impossible, another doctor said. A Tyrellian, if Hana remembered correctly. Reptilian species, cold-blooded, very logical. No species can simply adapt to an unknown toxin without prior exposure or developed immunity. Earth species can, Jiho said. He pulled up a holographic display and began typing. Let me give you some context. Earth is what we call a death world. It has been for millions of years. The planet has high gravity, extreme temperature variations, intense radiation from its sun, and thousands of species that produce toxins, venoms, and diseases. Humans evolved in that environment. We had to adapt or die, so we adapted. He brought up images of Earth, deserts, jungles, frozen wastelands, oceans. Humans can survive in nearly every environment on our planet. We can function in temperatures from -40 to +50 degrees. We can heal from injuries that would be fatal to other species. We can go days without water, weeks without food. Our immune systems treat most toxins like minor infections. The gathered doctors stared at the images. Hana could see the fear creeping into their various forms of body language. That is a death world, the Tyrellian doctor whispered. You evolved on a Class 9 death world. Class 10, actually, Jiho corrected. The Coalition rated it wrong initially. They assumed we had technology protecting us. They did not realize we survived it naturally. Dr. Valiris turned back to Hana. How many humans are in the Coalition? About 40,000, Hana said. Across all the settled worlds. We are still pretty new to space. 40,000, Dr. Valiris repeated. 40,000 apex predators from a death world, and we have been treating them like they are fragile. We are fragile, Hana said. She held up her bitten arm. This hurts a lot. I just do not die as easily as you expected. The door opened again. This time it was Kyung, Hana's friend and fellow xenobiology researcher. She rushed to the isolation unit, her face tight with worry. I heard what happened, Kyung said. Are you okay? I am fine, Hana assured her. Just stuck in here while everyone runs tests. Kyung looked at the crowd of doctors, then back at Hana. She lowered her voice. There is something you need to know. The specimen that bit you was a juvenile. We have an adult Velshera in containment. It has been agitated since you killed the juvenile. I think it knows. Hana felt a chill run down her spine. How big is the adult? 3 times the size of the one that bit you. Maybe more. The venom glands are proportionally larger too. Kyung glanced at the doctors, making sure they were not listening. Hana, if that thing gets out... She did not need to finish the sentence. Hana understood. A creature 3 times larger with 3 times the venom. Even her aggressive immune system might not handle that. It will not get out, Hana said, trying to sound confident. The containment fields are... The alarms cut her off. Red lights flooded the medical bay. A computerized voice echoed through the station. Containment breach. Lab 7. All personnel evacuate. Security to Lab 7, containment breach. Dr. Valiris's compound eyes went wide. Lab 7. That is the xenobiology wing. Taemin's voice crackled over the station comm system. The adult Velshara is loose. Repeat, the adult specimen is loose. It is heading toward the medical wing. All personnel evacuate medical wing now. The doctors scattered, rushing for the exits. Kyung grabbed Hana's hand through the isolation barrier. It is hunting you, Kyung said. It can smell the juvenile's blood on you. It is coming for you. Hana looked at her bitten arm, at the blood that had soaked through the bandages, at the scent that was apparently drawing a 3-meter killer straight to her location. Well, she said quietly, this is not good. Commander Morthen's voice came over the comm. The Arquelian leader sounded calm, but Hana could hear the tension underneath. All human personnel stay where you are. Let security handle this. That is an order. Hana looked at Kyung, then at Jiho, then at her bitten arm. She thought about the creature she had killed. How fast it had been. How strong. How determined. And that had been a juvenile. An adult was coming. And it was hunting her. I need to get out of this isolation unit, Hana said. The station shook. Not from an explosion or a hull breach, but from something moving through the corridors with enough force to rattle the walls. Through the medical bay's monitoring system, Hana could hear screaming. Then silence. Then more screaming. Override the isolation unit, Hana said to Jiho. Now. Absolutely not, Jiho replied, but his hands were already moving across the control panel. You are still recovering from venom exposure. You need to stay here where it is safe. Safe? Hana gestured at the door where the sounds of chaos were growing louder. That thing is hunting me. If I stay here, it will come here. People will die protecting me. Jiho's hand stopped moving. He looked at her for a long moment, then nodded. Your vitals are stable. Against my better judgment. He pressed a sequence of buttons. The isolation field dissolved with a soft hum. Hana stood. Her arm throbbed, but it was manageable. She could move. She could fight if she needed to. She hoped she would not need to. Kyung grabbed her shoulder. What are you going to do? Lead it away from populated areas, Hana said.
Get people to safety.
Let security handle it. Security weapons are set to stun, Kyung said. That thing has armor plating and weighs more than 3 humans combined. Stun settings will not work. Hana knew she was right. The coalition did not believe in lethal force except in the most extreme circumstances. Their weapons were designed to disable, not kill. Noble, civilized. Useless against a creature that was hunting. The medical bay door exploded inward. Not the creature, not yet, but Taman stumbled through, his uniform torn and bloodied. He was carrying 2 of his security team members, both unconscious. It is in the medical wing, he gasped. Took out my entire squad. Venom got through their armor. We tried to stun it. Might as well have been throwing stones. Dr. Valiris rushed to treat the injured security officers. Hana moved toward Taman. Where is it now? Heading this way. Following your scent. Taman looked at her with something between fear and respect. It is not just hunting. It is angry. You killed its offspring. Another sound echoed through the station, a hissing shriek that made Hana's skin crawl. It was close. Getting closer. I need a weapon, Hana said. Taman pulled his stun baton from his belt and handed it to her. This is all I have. It will not kill it, but maybe you can slow it down. Hana took the baton. Useless for killing, but better than nothing. She looked around the medical bay. Supplies. Equipment. Nothing that would work as a weapon against an armored serpent the size of a ground car. There are maintenance corridors, Kyung said suddenly. They run parallel to the main hallways. You could use them to move around the station without being tracked. It is tracking her by scent, Taman pointed out. Maintenance corridors will not help. They will if I lead it away from everyone else, Hana said. She turned to Jiho. How long until my immune system is fully recovered? Jiho checked his datapad. You are at about 70% function. Your body is still processing the venom from the first bite. If you get bitten again, he did not finish the sentence. He did not need to. Understood. Hana moved toward the emergency exit that led to the maintenance corridors. Evacuate everyone from this section. Get them to the secure zones. Where are you going? Taman demanded. Hydroponic Bay, Hana said. Open space. No civilians. Good place to make a stand. Commander Morthen's voice came over the comm. All humans, this is a direct order. Stay where you are. Do not engage the creature. Let security. Hana switched off her comm. She looked at Taman, Kyung, and Jiho. Get everyone out. I will buy you time. Before any of them could argue, she slipped through the emergency exit and into the maintenance corridor. The passage was narrow, lit by dim emergency lights and filled with pipes and cables. Hana moved quickly, her footsteps silent on the metal floor. Behind her, she heard the medical bay door being ripped from its frame. The creature had arrived. She had seconds before it picked up her trail. She ran. The maintenance corridors wound through the station like veins through a body. Hana knew them well. She had used them before when she wanted to avoid the crowds, the stares, the constant questions about human fragility. Now they were her hunting ground. She could hear the creature behind her. Heavy, fast, relentless. It was not trying to be quiet. It did not need to. It was an apex predator, and it knew it. Hana reached an access hatch that led to the hydroponic bay. She keyed in her security code and dropped through the opening, landing in a crouch among rows of growing plants. The bay was massive, 3 stories tall and filled with artificial sunlight. Plants from a dozen worlds grew in neat rows tended by automated systems, empty of people. Perfect. Hana moved to the center of the bay and waited. Her heart pounded. Adrenaline flooded her system. Her hands were steady on the stun baton even though she knew it would be useless. She heard it before she saw it. The scrape of scales on metal. The hiss of breath through crystalline fangs. The sound of something large squeezing through a space too small for it. The adult Velshara emerged from the maintenance corridor like a nightmare made real. It was easily 3 meters long, as thick around as Hana's torso with scales that gleamed like oil slicks. Its crystalline fangs were the length of her hand. Venom dripped from them, sizzling where it hit the floor. The creature's eyes locked onto her. They were intelligent eyes, aware, angry. It knew she had killed its offspring. It was here for revenge. Hana took a breath, then another. Her training came back to her. Lessons from Earth. From instructors who had taught her how to survive in a world where everything was trying to kill you. Do not run. Running triggers the chase instinct. Do not show fear. Predators can smell fear. Do not attack first unless you are certain you can win. The creature moved closer, slow, deliberate. It was not rushing. It was savoring this. Hana shifted her weight. The creature tensed. They circled each other between the rows of plants, predator and prey, except neither was sure which was which. The Velshara struck. Hana moved. Not away into the attack. She had learned this from watching old videos of mongoose fighting snakes. Get inside the striking range. Make the predator miss. Use its momentum against it. The crystalline fangs whistled past her shoulder. She drove the stun baton into the creature's exposed throat. The electrical charge lit up the hydroponic bay. The Velshara shrieked and thrashed, knocking Hana into a support pillar. Pain exploded across her back. She hit the ground hard, the wind knocked from her lungs. The stun baton rolled away, sparking and dead. The creature recovered faster than she expected. It coiled, fangs exposed, and struck again. This time, Hana was not fast enough. The fangs sank into her shoulder, punching through muscle and scraping bone. Venom flooded into her bloodstream. More venom than the juvenile had injected. So much more. But Hana did not let go. She grabbed the creature's head with both hands, ignoring the pain, ignoring the venom burning through her veins. She held on. The Velshara tried to pull away. Hana held tighter. Her fingers found the edges of its crystalline fangs. She twisted, the fangs broke, snapped off inside her shoulder. The creature's shriek was deafening. Hana reached for the broken support rod she had landed beside. Heavy metal, sharp end. Good enough. The creature struck again. Hana waited, let it commit to the attack. Then she drove the metal rod up through the soft tissue under its jaw, through its mouth, into its brain. The Velshara went still. Its weight collapsed onto her. She pushed it away with the last of her strength and lay among the broken plants, gasping for air. The venom was working fast, faster than before. Her vision blurred. Her heartbeat became irregular. Through her fading consciousness, she heard running footsteps, voices, hands lifting her. Someone was screaming for Dr. Veliris. Before the darkness took her, Hana had one thought. One small victory she had won, again, then nothing. Hana woke to the sound of arguing. Loud arguing. The kind that involved multiple species speaking in multiple languages, all trying to be heard over each other. She tried to sit up. Bad idea. Every part of her body screamed in protest. Her shoulder felt like it was on fire. Her back was one massive bruise. Her head throbbed with a concussion she definitely had but nobody had asked her about. She is awake, someone said. Probably Kyung. The arguing stopped. Dr. Veliris appeared in her field of vision, all 4 arms moving in patterns that Hana had learned meant extreme agitation. Do not move. You have been unconscious for 6 hours. You were bitten twice, clawed once, and your scans indicate significant blunt force trauma. You should be dead again. Why do you keep not dying? Spite, Hana croaked. Her throat was dry. Someone handed her water. She drank it gratefully. What happened? You killed an adult Velshara with a broken support rod, Taman said. He was standing at the edge of her medical bed, looking at her like she was a different species. Which technically she was. Security found you unconscious in the hydroponic bay. The creature was dead. Its fangs were broken off in your shoulder. Hana remembered. The pain, the fight. The moment she realized she had to let it bite her to get close enough to kill it. Not her best plan. But it had worked. The civilians? She asked. All safe, Jiho said. He was reviewing her medical readouts with a concerned expression. You gave them enough time to evacuate. No casualties except the security team that first engaged the creature. They will recover. Good. Hana tried to sit up again. This time she made it. Her shoulder protested loudly. She looked down and saw the bandages, the medical tape, the monitoring patches. How bad? The second bite delivered approximately 40 times the venom of the first, Dr. Veliris said. Their voice held a note of awe. Enough to kill most large species instantly. Your immune system was already compromised from the first exposure. By all medical knowledge, you should have gone into toxic shock and died within seconds. But I did not, Hana said. No, you did not. Dr. Veliris pulled up holographic displays showing her internal scans. Your body recognized the venom from the first bite. Your immune system had already developed antibodies. When the second dose entered your bloodstream, your body responded immediately. The antibodies attacked the venom before it could spread. Your organs never failed. Your nervous system never shut down. You simply passed out from pain and exhaustion. The other doctors in the room were staring at her. Hana counted at least 10 different species, all watching her like she was the most fascinating thing they had ever seen. That is adaptive immunity, one of them said. A Quellan in a pressure suit. That is impossible in real time. Adaptive immunity takes days, weeks, sometimes months to develop. Not for humans, Jiho said. He had moved to stand beside Dr. Veliris. Our immune systems evolved to respond fast. Very fast. Earth was not a kind planet. Infections could kill in hours. Toxins could kill in minutes. Humans who did not develop rapid immune responses died. Those who survived passed on their genes. For millions of years, this was the pattern. A door opened. Commander Morthan entered, followed by someone Hana did not recognize. Another human, older, dressed in the formal robes of a coalition diplomat. He looked at Hana and smiled sadly. I am Doyen, he said. Coalition Human Affairs Representative. I apologize for arriving late. I was on the other side of the sector when I heard about the incident. What incident? Hana asked. The creature getting loose or me not dying? Both. Doyen moved closer. He carried a datapad covered in security seals. Commander Morthan has requested a full review of the incident. That review includes a reassessment of human biological classification. I have been authorized to share certain information that has been kept classified until now. Hana felt a chill. What information? Doyen unsealed the datapad and handed it to Commander Morthan. When humans first applied for coalition membership, we were honest about our planet's classification. We told you Earth was a dangerous world. What we did not tell you was how dangerous. We did not want to frighten you. Frighten us? Commander Morthan's amphibious face pulled into what might have been a frown. Why would your planet's classification frighten us? Because we are the only species in the coalition that evolved on a Class 10 death world and survived to develop space travel, Doyen said quietly. Most Class 10 worlds are quarantined. Life exists there, but it rarely reaches intelligence. The environment is too hostile. Too many extinction events. Too much death. Dr. Veliris made a soft clicking sound. How many extinction events has Earth experienced? 5 major ones that we know of, Doyen said. The most recent was 70,000 years ago. A volcanic eruption that blocked out the sun for years. Global temperatures dropped. Ecosystems collapsed. The human population was reduced to a few thousand individuals. A few thousand? Another doctor spoke up. That is a genetic bottleneck. That should have caused massive inbreeding, genetic disorders, species collapse. It should have, Doyen agreed, but humans survived. Every human alive today is descended from those few thousand survivors. We carry their genes, their adaptations, their will to live. The room was silent. Hana looked around at the gathered doctors and saw something new in their eyes. Not pity, not condescension, fear. They were afraid of her, of what she represented. There is more, Doyen continued. He pulled up images on the holographic display. Predators from Earth, lions, bears, sharks, crocodiles, spiders, snakes, diseases, bacteria, viruses. Humans are not the apex predator on Earth. We are not the strongest, not the fastest, not the most venomous, but we are the most persistent. When a predator attacked our ancestors, we did not evolve armor or claws or fangs. We evolved endurance, strategy, tool use, social cooperation. We became hunters that never stopped hunting. Prey that fought back. He pulled up more images. Humans running marathons. Humans climbing mountains. Humans surviving in deserts, jungles, tundras, oceans. Humans everywhere, in every environment, refusing to quit. This is why Hana survived, Doyen said, gesturing to her. Not because she is special. Because she is human. Any human in the coalition would have done the same. Would have fought back. Would have adapted. Would have survived. Dr. Valiris turned to Hana. Your saliva, they said suddenly. We found traces of your saliva in the creature's wound. We ran an analysis, and? Hana asked. Human saliva contains antibacterial proteins, enzymes that break down foreign material, and markers that identify threats to the immune system. When you bit the creature, I did not bite it, Hana interrupted. Your teeth marks are in its scales, Dr. Valiris said. They pulled up an image. Clear indentation marks. Human teeth. During the fight, you bit it. Instinct, perhaps. But you bit it hard enough to crack its armor. Hana stared at the image. She did not remember biting the creature. The fight had been a blur of pain and survival. But there was the evidence undeniable. Human bite force averages 160 pounds per square inch, Jiho said. Not impressive compared to most predators. But combined with human jaw structure, intelligence, and willingness to use any weapon available, including our own bodies, and he trailed off. You are a Death World species, Commander Morthen said. The Arquelian's voice was soft. A true Death World species, not one that was protected by technology or lucky evolution. One that clawed its way to the top of a hostile planet by refusing to give up. Doyen nodded. The Coalition has been classifying humans as Category 3 since we joined. Fragile species requiring special accommodation. That classification is being updated as of now. To what? Dr. Valiris asked. Category 7, Doyen said. Apex Predator Death World species, with a notation that humans bite back. 3 weeks after the incident, Hana returned to her lab. Her shoulder had healed, leaving only a faint scar where the crystalline fangs had punched through muscle. Her back no longer ached. The concussion had cleared. Physically, she was fine. Everything else had changed. The corridors that had once been crowded now cleared when she walked through them. Other species stepped aside, their various eyes tracking her movement. Some nodded respectfully, others simply stared. Nobody called her fragile anymore. Hana was not sure how she felt about that. She reached her lab and keyed in her access code. The door slid open. Inside, everything was exactly as she had left it, except for one thing. On her workstation sat a small plaque with an inscription in multiple languages. She picked it up and read the human translation. In recognition of extraordinary service and survival against impossible odds. Category 7 classification confirmed. Well done. She set the plaque down and turned on her computer. Messages flooded her screen. 12 requests from medical institutions across the Coalition asking to study human immunology. 7 interview requests from science journals. 3 job offers from security companies. 1 invitation to speak at the Coalition Medical Conference. Hana deleted them all and opened her work files. She still had samples to catalog. Work to finish. The fact that she was now classified as an apex predator did not change her job description. The lab door opened. Kyung walked in carrying 2 cups of something that smelled like coffee, but was not quite right. She handed one to Hana. Thought you might need this, Kyung said. How are you feeling? Fine, Hana said. She sipped the not coffee. It was terrible. She drank it anyway. Tired of being stared at? Get used to it. You are famous now. The human who killed 2 Velshara with her bare hands and survived enough venom to kill a ship full of people. Kyung sat on the edge of the workstation. The database update went through. Humans are officially Category 7 across the entire Coalition. I heard. Hana pulled up her work files. Did they update the biology guide too? Oh yes. Jiho and I spent the last 3 weeks compiling everything about human biology that the Coalition needs to know. It is comprehensive. Maybe too comprehensive. How so? Kyung pulled up a datapad and scrolled through the file. Let me read you some highlights. Human endurance can run prey to exhaustion over distances of 40 kilometers or more. Human thermoregulation can function in temperature extremes that would kill most species. Human healing. Can survive traumatic injuries including blood loss, broken bones, and organ damage. Human persistence does not give up even when defeat is certain. Should I go on? Please do not, Hana said. The best part is the warning at the end. Kyung cleared her throat and read aloud. Humans are not aggressive by nature. They are protective. Do not threaten what they care about. Do not mistake their restraint for weakness. Do not assume their kindness means they cannot hurt you. They can, they simply choose not to. Most of the time, Hana winced. That makes us sound dangerous. You killed 2 alien predators in hand-to-hand combat, Kyung pointed out. You are dangerous. We all are. The galaxy just did not know it yet. The lab door opened again. This time it was Taemin. He had been promoted after the incident. New rank insignia on his uniform. More responsibility. He looked tired but pleased. Got a minute? He asked. Always, Hana said. Taemin entered and closed the door behind him. Commander Morthan wanted me to inform you that you have been assigned a permanent security liaison. Someone who understands human biology and can respond appropriately if another incident occurs. Who? Me? Taemin smiled. I volunteered. Figured I already know you are not actually fragile. Might as well make it official. Hana was not sure how to respond. You do not have to. I want to, Taemin interrupted. I spent years thinking humans were weak. That we needed to be protected. That we were not suited for dangerous work. I was wrong. Very wrong. You taught me that. Another person walked into the lab. This one Hana did not know. A young human woman, maybe 23, carrying a transfer datapad and looking nervous. Excuse me, the woman said. I am looking for researcher Hana. That is me, Hana said. I am Suman. I just transferred here from the Mars Research Station. I am assigned to xenobiology. They said I should report to you. Suman looked around the lab with wide eyes. Is this where it happened? Where you fought the Velshara? No, that was in the hydroponic bay, Hana said. This is just the lab. Where you will be working if you still want the position. Of course I want it. Suman set down her datapad. I applied specifically to work here. To work with you. You are famous. Everyone is talking about you, Hana sighed. She had been afraid of this. I am not a hero. I just did what I had to do to survive. That is what makes it impressive, Suman said. You did not have special training. You did not have weapons designed to kill that thing. You just had yourself. And you won, she paused. I was worried about working with aliens. I thought they would see me as weak, as something to be protected. Is it different now? Hana thought about the question. She looked at Kyung, at Taemin, at the empty corridors outside her lab, at the new plaque on her desk and the updated database entry that now labeled her species as apex predators. They will respect you, Hana said finally. They will give you space. They will treat you as capable. Is that better than being underestimated? She paused. I am not sure yet. But it is different. Definitely different, Suman smiled. Good. I can work with different. The lab door opened one more time. Dr. Veliris entered carrying a datapad. They looked at the gathered humans with their compound eyes, and Hana could see the calculation happening. 4 humans in one room? Category 7 species. Apex predators. Survivors of a death world, am I interrupting? Dr. Veliris asked carefully. Not at all, Hana said. What do you need? I wanted to give you this. Dr. Veliris handed her the datapad. The official Coalition Biology database entry for humans. It went live this morning. I thought you should see it. Hana took the datapad and read the entry. It was long, detailed, technical, full of medical information and biological specifications. She scrolled to the end where there was a section titled Interaction Protocols. She read it aloud. Humans are a cooperative social species. They value kindness, reciprocity, and mutual respect. They will offer help without expecting reward. They will protect those weaker than themselves. They will sacrifice their own comfort for the good of others. Do not mistake these qualities for weakness. Humans are products of a death world that tried to kill them for millions of years. They survived by being too stubborn to die and too smart to give up. Approach with respect. Approach with honesty. And remember, humans bite back. The lab was quiet for a moment. Humans bite back, Kyung repeated. That is how we are going to be remembered? Really? Could be worse, Taemin said. Could have said we are violent or aggressive. But we are not, Suman said. Are we? Hana thought about the question. She remembered the fear in the creature's eyes before she killed it, remembered the pain of the venom, remembered the choice she had made to let it bite her so she could get close enough to win. We are when we need to be, Hana said. That is what makes us human. We choose mercy when we can, but when we cannot, when we have to fight, we do not hold back. We bite, we fight, we survive, and we do not apologize for it. Dr. Veliris made a soft clicking sound that might have been approval. That is a good answer. A human answer. They paused. I wanted to apologize. For treating you as fragile, for not understanding what you were capable of. You did not know, Hana said. None of you did. We did not exactly advertise it. Will that change now? Dr. Veliris asked. Will humans be more open about their capabilities? Hana looked at Kyung, at Taemin, at Sumin, at her fellow humans who had survived and thrived in a galaxy that did not understand them. Maybe, Hana said. Or maybe we will just keep doing our jobs. Keep proving ourselves. Keep surviving. That is what we do best, after all. Dr. Veliris nodded and left. The humans remained in the lab, surrounded by equipment and samples and the quiet hum of technology. So what now? Sumin asked. What do we do with this new reputation? We work, Hana said simply. She turned to her computer and pulled up the specimen files. We catalog. We research, we learn. We do our jobs. The galaxy can think what it wants about us. We know who we are. Kyung raised her cup of not coffee. To humans. Too stubborn to die. Too smart to give up, Taemin added. Too dangerous to underestimate, Sumin said. Hana raised her own cup and smiled. To humans. Who bite back. They drank together. Outside, the station continued its business. The galaxy continued spinning, and somewhere in a database that spanned 1,000 worlds, the entry for humans had been updated. Category 7. Apex Predator. Death World species, they called her fragile. They learned their mistake. They would never make it again, and that, Hana thought, was exactly as it should be.